Oh, okay, I'm going to do my final reflection for my first clinical rotation at Sanford. Um, I just got done watching again my past reflection, and it's good to do these reflections because it kind of helps me to see how far I've come. So, in my first reflection, I was so excited about the notes and the chart review and being able to keep up with those things. And now those things are more just, I'm able to do them without thinking about it. So that was kind of cool to just be like, oh, that was what was a big deal to me in the past. I think if there was a theme that I could give to this reflection, it would be confidence and an increase in confidence. We had our midterm evaluation, and that was one thing that Lisa had spoken to me that I just needed to be more confident in myself. And ever since then, that has really helped me just to go in with more confidence. I'd always felt like I was struggling in the rotation, and instead of thinking I was struggling, I needed to change my mindset to I was learning. And a lot of what I was, it was just my first time ever working with a patient one on one and trying to figure out what exercises to do and how to monitor them and um, how to organize a room and prepare a room that to move a patient. You have to get everything organized and move their tray table and move their blankets and get everything and think ahead and get their oxygen and get a robe. And I hadn't done that before, and so I've started to take more responsibility doing that with patients, and it's been so much more fun. Where before I can't keep up with the pace of notes and working with patients, but I feel like now I can spend more time thinking about the patients and what I can do with them rather than just kind of just trying to stay afloat. And I've been able to work with more patients one on one. I feel much more comfortable doing evaluations and coming up with care plans. A couple of the big things that I've loved doing, I didn't know that I loved until doing this rotation, is I've loved doing working with people who have strokes and are trying to walk again. There was a patient that I worked with who he had two strokes, and just taking him through the gait cycle, applying what I'd learned in neuroscience and then in gait, and trying to teach him to step again on the with the platform walker, and trying to work his way up with that, and then trying to increase his glute medius because he had kind of a Trendelenburg gait, and just applying it all and trying to figure it out. It was just fun, and being able to do that and just apply kind of what I'd learned, it was just very satisfying to, to kind of go, oh, I can use what I've learned. And so that was really cool for me. Um, as far as things that I want to work on in the future, that is, I want to improve my care planning and my ability. I want more tools in my toolbox. I feel like I still am lacking with that, which is probably because I've never worked in anywhere really as a physical therapist. So I want to increase that. A couple other things that I've learned from this rotation is bedside manners. And I've talked about that in my previous reflection, how that's something I wanted to work on, and I've worked on it. And I've set goals to do that. And I've done a lot better with it. And it really just took me doing it and being reminded to do it. And it was more than just being friendly and just having a nice personality. There's a lot that goes into it where you really have to think ahead about everything. And so that's something that I've worked on and gotten better at. Another thing that has been fun that I enjoyed is I got to do some hydrotherapy and had another thing where I got to apply what I learned in anatomy, in kinesiology, in system screening, and it all just gets mashed together and super fun. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am now. The pace of acute care is super fast, and I feel like I've seen so many patients with so many comorbidities. Try to figure out what to do has been such a amazing learning experience for me, and just makes me excited for my future clinical experiences and excited to keep on learning more in this second year of school, and I am excited for the future and what else I can do.